We're Kels and Jay, and we're currently turning this 2020 Ford Transit cargo van into our dream tiny home on wheels. With just a week left until our lease is up, it's time to catch you guys up on everything we've been up to.
Can I have some candy?
Alright, the time's come. I had to fight tooth and nail for this. I'm titivating the front step with my grass. I wanted this in the bus, didn't get it, but I'm getting it in the van. Kelsey is not too pleased, but sometimes you gotta do something for yourself every once in a while.
As Jay crushed the screws along with my soul, the grass still hasn't grown on me. But sometimes you have to compromise to make the hubby happy. I mean, he's done a pretty good job with everything else in the van so far, so I guess I'll let him have this one thing.
I've got to mount this 5-gallon water tank. I'll put a link below to the specific one. I've got to make a bracket to hold this tank under the van. I got this stuff, 1/8" flat bar steel. And I'm basically going to make a cradle for this grey tank, and then I'm going to pop rivet in some existing holes already in the chassis, secure the cradle, and then hopefully that keeps the tank in place. So I made the first one, pretty simple, just 2 bends, and it fits. So I'm gonna make another one. And with that leads me to thank the sponsor of this video, Jackery. So throughout this whole build, the Jackery has been clutch for us. We've been able to run all of our tools, charge our batteries. I mean, look how much this can power at one time. Please don't do what I just did. That was purely for demonstration purposes. So right there at that one moment, I was charging a 6-amp-hour battery, GoPro battery, running an angle grinder, and running my circular saw. And this 1500-watt unit was able to handle all of that at once, no problem. So we actually just recently got our hands on this 1500-watt unit. We had the 1000 before, and this thing is an absolute beast. As you can see, it's got the 3 120 plug sockets, 3 USB sockets, and with a fast charging port, as well as your typical 12-volt cigarette lighter. And you can also charge it with a mains plug, so you can just plug it straight into the wall, or with the Jackery portable folding solar panels. And I know what you're thinking, oh, that thing must be like a heavy lump. But I'm a pretty skinny guy and a recovering collarbone break. And I mean, it's easy as this. And if this one's too big for you, they do smaller versions as well. Especially right now, Jackery are having a 9th anniversary sale. The link is in the description if you want to go check it out. See what you can get your hands on for your travel rig. All right, let's get back to building. Back to the kitchen area and the cabinets. First things first, let's get the Furrion stove installed. So in the bus, we had the same stove, and it's just super easy to install. It's like 4 screws. Comes with a little cutout, so make sure you cut out in your cabinet the right dimensions. Slide it in, and there's 4 screws on the side. Super simple. So let's put that in. So first thing you want to do is to pop out this trim ring. Take that off, lift her up, and slide her on in. And then the 4 screws I was talking about is 2 here and 2 there. Done. Put this guy back on. There is the stove.
After Jay installed the stove, it was time to get our sink in. Our sink was another thing we weren't willing to compromise on. We were determined to have another big, deep sink. Mostly because we're pretty lazy and love being able to throw all our dirty dishes in there.
I'm not using a P-trap because it just takes up too much room. Instead, I'm using this guy a HEPVO valve. Again, I'll link this below. It basically is it's got like almost like a diaphragm, I guess, in it. So it's the same as a P-trap. Stops all the smells coming back up the lines. It'll go out, then it'll come outside of the cabinet and through the floor to the grey tank on this side of the cabinet. This way, I maximize as much storage in the cabinet as possible. So this is what the HEPVO valve looks like connected. So this will connect to the sink drain. And then I've just got this 1.5" hose barb fitting. So this means that I don't have to do any solvent welding with PVC pipe. So I can go straight from this to a flexible hose, this flexible hose. So I can go straight from the sink to this flexible hose in there like that. And this will just bend around the cabinet, through the floor, into the grey tank. Yeah, because in the bus I did all PVC pipe to code you do in a house. But like it wasn't very good with vibrations. I had like 2 leaks, very small leaks, but leaked nonetheless. So I think whenever you're doing like RVs or camper vans, moving vehicles, try and do flexible piping wherever possible. Especially like in a drain, because there's no pressure in a drain, it's just gravity fed to the grey tank, so there's no pressure going through the fittings per se. So like a hose clamp on a flexible hose is more than adequate. You're gonna need some plumber's putty, obviously the drain itself, and then these 3 come with the drain and they go on the underside. So first things first, get your plumber's putty. You wanna roll it like a sausage. And then you're gonna just put it around the edge of your drain. Then go ahead and you can place that in. Obviously make sure there's no dust or grime on your sink. Then press that down. So you basically just have like a paper washer, a rubber washer, and then the actual like tightening nut itself. So take these underneath the sink. Your rubber washer on first, then the paper, or this one's foam, paper or foam. And shove that one on there. Then lastly, you want to put the tightening nut. Get that on there like that. And then you want to tighten this pretty snug. So now back on the top side, you can see all the plumber's putty that's come through. So you can just get this off with your finger. And that's the drain installed. Now we'll connect the valve underneath. And I gotta say guys, today is stinking hot. I think it's like 34 degrees Celsius. Oh, for all you Americans. I think it's, I don't know, it's like 90, 97 today maybe? Something like that. No P-trap, so we're gonna go with this instead. So it'll come through, boom, then I'll attach a flexible hose here, drill a hole through the cabinet, then it'll go through to the other side of the cabinet, down, and then down through that hole there, and that will pop out right next to the grey tank underneath.
Next up was the window. We realized this is probably one of the first things you should do when converting a van, but they were backordered a few months, so sometimes you just have to roll with the punches and figure it out when the time comes.
Messy. Woo! Ready? So it comes with this trim plate. So basically you trace this onto a piece of cardboard, cut the cardboard out, stick it on the van, retrace it, cut the hole, and then this clamps the window from the inside. Let's see how easy this is.
We run away to get us up when we're low. Just chase the waves, we'll make it up as we go.
Alright, that's what she's going.
If you're heavy,
I'm so nervous right now. I'm gonna cut this whole thing out.
we run away to get us up.
Wow, I'm just getting pinged in the face.
Oh, even if I lose my ground, I won't let it hold me down.
Yeah. Alright, slowly, slowly, slowly.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Where are we going? This could be Pippa.
Just break the chains of your feet.
Voila! Nice, baby. Hello? Can I have some candy?
We will go our way until we go flatline.
Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Does it not? My piece of wood that I cut is really
really wonky and Jamie's not happy with me. He's not happy with my performance.
It's great.
Thanks, baby.
And then you just lose the plot.
Yeah.
So I think if we take off a bit there.
Oh, nice.
Today, we are finally moving in to the van.
Behind the town for love, we run away to get us up when we're low. Oh, even if I lose my ground, I won't let it hold me down.